It was not until she saw her best friend's wig fall off, revealing a bald head, that the woman finally confirmed that her best friend had used the child in her belly to frame her. Her best friend would also suffer the consequences of her own actions. No wonder she had been trying to get her to abort the child. It turned out that not long ago, when the woman went to her best friend, who was a doctor, for a prenatal checkup, she suddenly discovered that she could hear the child's inner voice. But the child falsely accused her of having an affair and claimed that he was not her husband's child. He even said that it was her best friend who had saved her husband's life, and that the woman had just taken her best friend's place to marry her husband. Her husband flew into a rage and filed for divorce, deciding instead to marry her best friend. The woman wanted to defend herself, but her husband angrily pushed her to the ground, nearly causing her to miscarry. It was not until later, when the woman saw the water handed over by the nurse, that she suddenly remembered that she had drunk the water given to her by her best friend before the checkup, which was why she could hear the child's inner voice. She couldn't help but suspect that her best friend could control the child's inner voice and had deliberately framed her, because her best friend had always been jealous that she had married her husband. At this moment, her best friend sent another message claiming that she had previously taken their friendship into account and had helped the woman forge a paternity test report. But now, the bastard child in the woman's belly had affected her husband's reputation, so she advised the woman to abort the child as soon as possible. Otherwise she would make her affair a public scandal. The woman became even more convinced that her best friend was involved with the child's inner voice, but she didn't understand why she was in such a hurry to get her to abort the child. To find out what was going on, the woman did not directly expose the matter of the inner voice, but instead pretended to be afraid and begged her not to spread the scandal, saying that she would abort the child as soon as possible. Subsequently, she deliberately posted on her social media, pretending that she had already had an operation to abort the child. Her best friend, who knew nothing about this, thought that her worries were over and unscrupulously colluded with the woman's husband. But one day, she suddenly felt a sharp pain in her abdomen, followed by vomiting a mouthful of blood. Her best friend therefore suspected that the woman had not aborted the child. It was not until she saw the post on the woman's social media, coupled with the hospital diagnosing her with gastroenteritis, that her best friend stopped thinking about it. She even began to organize the wedding with her husband and shamelessly invited the woman to attend the wedding, wanting to show off. Little did she know that the woman had prepared a big gift for the scumbag couple. Soon, the day of the wedding arrived. Her best friend was greeting guests with her husband when she suddenly felt another unbearable pain in her abdomen. At this moment, the woman appeared at the wedding scene with her pregnant belly. Her best friend suddenly realized that her abdominal pain was the result of karma. She couldn't help but question the woman why she hadn't aborted the child, and said she would stop the wedding immediately and drag the woman to get an abortion. Seeing this, everyone was dumbfounded. The woman also asked her best friend in confusion why she was forcing her to abort the child when she had kindly come to attend her wedding. Her best friend was rendered speechless upon hearing this, but the woman took the opportunity to say that she had prepared a wedding gift for her best friend, and as she spoke, she took out the chat history where her best friend had advised her to abort the child. Her best friend didn't understand what she meant. The woman said that the chat history contained her words about falsifying the report, and that she had already reported her to the hospital director. The next second, the director called, firing her on the grounds of improper conduct. Her best friend collapsed upon hearing this. However, the woman said that there was a second gift, but just as she was about to take out the gift, she suddenly noticed that her best friend